Brooklyn, the oldest son, he was once romantically involved with this chick, Kim Turnbull.
Okay.
Well, turns out Kim and him ended things.
Right.
She starts dating the middle brother, Romeo, and Brooklyn is like telling his family, like, okay, she's just trying to get with any Beckham.
Okay.
At this point, she's taking advantage of you, Romeo. Romeo basically says, I don't care what you have to say. Cool, thanks for your thoughts. I'm staying with her.
Romeo didn't find it weird? Nobody found it weird that, hey, like, you probably shouldn't be dating your older brothers?
Not weird enough, because if we were told they weren't technically like boyfriend and girlfriend, they had some kind of involvement.
Oh, you mean Brooklyn and
Kim
Turnbull.
Right.
Got it. Okay.
So all we know is that David and Victoria, they've been siding with Romeo on this. They're like, look, we like the girl. If he wants to be with her, that's his choice.
Okay.
But Brooklyn and his wife, Nicola Peltz, they are totally like, we will not be in the same room as her.
Picture being pushed to the margins of one of the most recognizable families on the planet. Not over finances, not over crime, but because your younger brother crossed the one line no family ever forgives by getting involved with your former partner. Today, we are tearing apart the Beckham family implosion. We're breaking down the quiet revenge plays, the unchecked jealousy of extreme wealth, and the ex-girlfriend who became an unexpected pawn in a calculated emotional war aimed straight at Brooklyn's marriage. So, here's the question that divides everyone watching. If your sibling starts dating someone you just ended things with, do you erase them from your life or swallow the betrayal to preserve the family name? Pause the video. Drop loyalty or love in the comments. I'm reading the first 50. Now remove the fame for a moment. This isn't petty drama. This is betrayal at a near mythological level. This isn't an uncomfortable holiday dinner. This is Brooklyn watching Romeo step directly into the space he barely had time to leave. And the betrayal deepens because David and Victoria, the supposed architects of unity, didn't intervene. They validated it. By backing Romeo, they sent Brooklyn a brutal message that his pain ranked lower than optics and convenience. It leaves Brooklyn isolated and reinforces Nicola's belief that boundaries mean nothing in this family. When parents bankroll the disrespect, conflict doesn't approach quietly. It detonates. Blood may matter, but envy cuts deeper.
David Beckham had a huge 50th birthday party in London. Brooklyn and Nicola flew out to London for the big party, but they told Victoria and David, well, we want to see you guys, but we want to see you guys before the party. We don't want to be around Romeo and Kim. And then David and Victoria were like, if you want to see us, you can come to the party. They ended up not seeing them. So it's bad.
What you're watching here is a flawless execution of silent retaliation. Study the mechanics. Brooklyn and Nicola boarded a private jet and crossed an ocean only to deliberately skip David Beckham's landmark 50th birthday celebration. That wasn't bad timing. That was strategic absence. They presented terms. We'll come, but only if they don't. And David Beckham refused to bend. This deadlock exposes something crucial. Nicola is no longer interested in playing the agreeable wife role. She's forcing a definitive choice. And by staying away, they transformed a family party into an international story about rejection and power. Spending 6 figures on a flight just to make a statement is the loudest quiet move possible. Let's pause here. Who crossed the line first? Is Romeo wrong for pursuing the ex? Or is Brooklyn overreacting to something unavoidable? Hit subscribe and comment whose side you're on, because this isn't about romance anymore. It's about control.
So the new thing is that Brooklyn Beckham's ex, Lexi Wood, she's from like Summer House reality star. They dated back in like 2019.
Okay.
So she was on Nick Viall's podcast and she was asked about all the drama. Like, look, you know, we're told, we broke the story that Nicola feels like Victoria doesn't, and David don't like her because the way they talk to Brooklyn, she doesn't like that. And she will pop off on them and like speak her mind. Whereas like any other woman would be, you know, kind of scared to say anything.
Well,
to
I mean, it's a family dispute. I don't need to be involved in this. I'm here.
Right. But she speaks her mind and she is very protective of her husband.
Whenever a celebrity family suddenly stops speaking, pay attention to who suddenly finds their voice. Right on cue, Lexi Wood, another former partner of Brooklyn, resurfaces on a high-profile podcast praising Victoria Beckham as iconic, stylish, and endlessly supportive. That timing isn't random. That's tactical messaging. In the arena of public perception, using an ex to glorify the mother subtly reframes Nicola as the outsider. It rewrites history to suggest harmony existed before she arrived. It undermines Brooklyn's present reality by romanticizing a past that conveniently excludes his wife. And the genius of it is distance. Victoria never had to say a word publicly. No statement. No interview. Just a third party delivering the narrative for her. It's reputation management by proxy. Few things say image repair louder than sudden admiration from someone who no longer matters.
That's another thing. People around Nicola told us that she doesn't like how showy David and Tosh are. Like they come out and they're
showy.
Like they're very robotic and going through the emotions. Love the spotlight. And Nicola feels like her and Beckham, they just keep it real.
This feels like Brooklyn Beckham is. And which one plays soccer? None of them do, right? The little ones.
No, Cruz sings.
Cruz.
He sings.
Or maybe Romeo was.
No, I think it was Romeo.
One of them played soccer. I don't know. So what is Brooklyn Beckham's claim to fame other than being David's son?
He's kind of cooking, and he's race car driving.
Okay, so you two are only notable because you're David's son and daughter-in-law, and now we're feuding with you because at one point your slam piece is now hooking up with Romeo. By the way, we've done this story for 5-6 minutes, and we have mentioned 3 Brooklyn Beckham exes in such current piece. How many people did he date?
This is where money and identity collide. On one side, the Beckhams, who climbed from working-class roots to become global symbols of British excellence. On the other, Nicola Peltz, born into unimaginable wealth where money was never aspirational, just assumed. When Nicola describes David and Victoria as robotic, she isn't insulting personalities. She's attacking the entire Beckham brand. Their empire was built on discipline, precision, and polish. Nicola sees that refinement as artificial because she never needed it for survival. This is a clash that can't be smoothed over. The Beckhams curate perfection because it protects their legacy. Nicola embraces chaos because she can afford to. Brooklyn is trapped in the middle, absorbing the fallout from 2 immovable forces. Criticizing Posh Spice for being calculated is like blaming fire for being hot. It's missing the point entirely.
His name is Billy Ray Cyrus.
Billy Ray Cyrus.
And Tiff, they had kids.
Kids. Miley
is the star kid.
Noah is a correct?
Her possibly. It checks out.
I've seen Noah Cyrus on. Is that assuming that's the one? Yes. Okay. Noah and Miley and any other kids.
Probably. Yeah. There's other kids.
But these are the only 2 that anybody knows.
There's another one that has a podcast. It's okay. Not relevant.
Okay. Tish the mom unfollows Miley.
Remember there was all this drama. And remember Billy, Tish, divorce. Okay.
Got it. Long time ago, right?
Yeah, ish.
Oh,
and then Tish got remarried to a man that Noah, her daughter, had a relationship with, Dominic Parcell.
I do remember that.
Who once dated Anna Lynn McCord, if anyone was a 90210 fan.
I don't know who that is. Okay.
So they had drama there. Well, now Tish has unfollowed Miley, and people think it might be directly related to Billy Ray's post.
We need to widen the lens because this isn't exclusive to the Beckhams. This is a recurring disease in celebrity families. Look at the Cyrus household. Tish unfollowing Miley carries the same emotional charge as the Beckham feud. Parents competing with their children for relevance and fulfillment. Whether it's Billy Ray debuting a new relationship or Romeo dating his brother's ex, these families treat intimacy like a game of musical chairs. Affection becomes currency. Loyalty disappears. Influence wins. When matriarchs like Tish and Victoria draw lines through Instagram behavior, they aren't defending family values. They're asserting dominance. In the modern era, unfollowing someone is the digital version of erasing them from inheritance. From London to Nashville, the pattern is identical. Fame dissolves the boundaries that keep families intact. Brooklyn Beckham is trying to build a marriage on unstable ground fractured by sibling rivalry and reinforced by parental approval. And if you think your family issues are intense, remember this. At least your mother isn't using headlines to undermine your spouse. Click here for a deeper breakdown of why fame turns love into collateral damage.